yeah, that goes about that. Folks, Ruthless Politics episode number 9. I know we ran through everything we planned to. Was there anything else you wanted to throw on there? Talk to me about the.
You want to do this Cuba vaccine thing?
Tell me what you got on that. Yes.
Okay,
please.
so I shared this on Twitter, and it was just a random USA Today story that I had read, but then it got like 139 retweets in like the first hour, and I was like, holy shit, so people are into this story. So basically, Cuba, we had this huge trade embargo on them. The U.S. was like, Cuba bad, U.S. good, nothing can happen in Cuba. And the Cuban government, definitely not good. We can all agree on that. But they invested a lot in medicine and science and schooling and stuff like that, as you can kind of do when you're like more of a dictatorship or socialist society, right? You can kind of make things happen easier. And so they came out with these 2 drugs, Viaxera and Civimax, and I can give you guys the spelling online for these. But these 2 drugs are modern new drugs. They're immunotherapy drugs that can help people with lung cancer, and it's a specific kind of lung cancer, non-small cell lung cancer. So if you can take these drugs, you can fight off this specific type of lung cancer, which can obviously be very deadly. So when Obama kind of like brought back the restrictions on Cuba or pushed them back a little bit, Americans started flooding over there, not saying what they were doing because it's still illegal to go over there and get drugs,
right,
but just going over there for vacation, putting the drugs in their back pocket and coming back, right? And now Trump has come in and he's kind of pulled the restrictions back on Cuba, so Americans are having trouble getting this drug.
Yes.
And the drug companies from Cuba have tried to get the drug in, but it's locked up in like 10 years worth of FDA approval, and it's coming from another country, so who knows if it'll ever get approved. But it's just a fascinating thing. I don't really blame either politician, Trump or Obama, or give them credit for this. I just think it's fascinating that we put an embargo on a country and we think we're doing the right thing, but really what it ends up is we're preventing our own people from getting medicine that could save their life. And what we seem to be telling them is, oh, you're on the wrong side of the border, so just take the crap we have and die, okay? That's not reasonable.
Well, it's scary to know that politics, what, United States' politics with Cuba, can affect the health of people. How about the fact that this just exists as a positive thing for people with cancer? You've had cancer affect your life and your loved ones. I've had 3 parents, mother, father, and stepfather pass away of cancer. It's scary to know that here's this other country, forget it's Cuba, just country X, has this drug, this vaccine that could be helping people, and because of politics or whatever the fuck it is, we can't have it. And that's really sad.
You have to think of the American medicine model. So back in the day, American medicine, we used to try to cure everything and things were going great. But somewhere along the lines, somebody discovered a drug that lets you live with things. And so now what they do is if you want to get a study going to cure cancer, to cure HIV, to cure any of these diseases, you can't get the funding because there's no money in a cure for the drug company to create a shot that cures somebody. But if you tell the drug company that you want to create a pill that'll put the symptoms aside and let the person live with it forever, now you've created a medical slave. That person has to have the pill every day of their life to live a normal life. They're completely dependent on the drug company. Now that's something the drug company will fund because that produces major dollars for the shareholders.
Well,
so when you have capitalism mixed into the medicine here, their medicine is going to find the best way to make money off you, not the way to make you the most healthy. And that's what we're seeing right now in this hyperinflated capitalism that we're living in.
Just deal with it.
Yeah. You could see that imagine this. Some young scientist creates a cure for cancer. The company that makes $1 billion a year off of chemotherapy comes in and says, we'll give you $100 million for that cure. Now they own that cure and they put it in the safe because they want to protect their $1 billion in chemotherapy interest. Is that illegal in America? Nope. That's just good business.
Well, yeah, cancer's an industry. But going back to what you said, you hit on the head. There's no money in the cures. The money, now there's a little bit of money in that. People will have to buy those, obviously, but the money is, like you said, in the long-term dealing with and treatment. And thus, it goes right into a whole nother industry, is why do we not have solar power? We don't have solar power, which we could easily do. It doesn't have to harness everything, but we could be doing it because there's no money to make off the sun. And that's it, folks. There's just no other way. You can't capitalize the sun.
The capitalism will come in and save us, though. Like, eventually someone will make a solar panel that's so cheap, like, everyone will use it. Or, like, they're talking about making roof tiles out of solar material now. When that stuff happens, everyone will use it. So sometimes capitalism comes in and just fixes itself.
Sure.
The problem, I think, with medicine is that there isn't that. That's not going to happen for medicine. Well, or the one way it'll happen for medicine, if it's like one of those movies where they find out a way for you to live forever, and it just cures every disease, and now we just pay that one pill guy, but it's worth it because we get to live forever. But
maybe
there shouldn't be profit in medicine. There just shouldn't. But guess what? 80 million people get insurance through private companies. So in America, how the fuck are you going to change that? These politicians can say whatever they want, but it's going to be very hard to change this medical system. Very hard.
Yeah, this is not going to change. Too much money involved, folks. This can open up a whole nother show. We could do a whole show on this because
we should do a medical show one time.
You have the hospitals, you have the doctors, you have the insurance companies. There's so many people making money off of, like you said, if you're going to take socialized medicine, so to speak, which is kind of what it is, hospital system, whatever, but it's still a business at the end of the day. And by the way, if you guys want to shit your pants, go see what a successful hospital takes in. It's a lot of money. It's a big cash cow, and they get subsidies and all sorts of shit because they're also a job provider in many cities. So they serve a great purpose, but do not get it twisted that this is about making money first. It is a business. Even a school is a business. People don't even think about that.
Our
even
care
though it's
is not
socialized.
ranked that great. There, if you can look right now, Google hospital tourism. There's other countries where you can get procedures very cheap at very high-end hospitals that are like visiting a resort. So we may see in the future where our system is so broken here that people literally travel. Oh, I have to have a heart transplant. Oh, I have to have a hip replacement. Well, I'm going to go to India. I'm going to stay at this beautiful resort. I'm going to get this amazing treatment, and maybe I have my surgery for $500 instead of $50,000. You know?
The gouging is different as well, and it does force people. And not only does it force people to do it that way, they go to countries where it might not be as good as the care, but it's cheaper, and they can still have it done. And it's just like, I got to do something. So they go to Nicaragua or something. And
you know what, too? If you're a guy who has cancer, let's say you've got stage 3, stage 4, you've got like an advanced cancer. Does anyone really care what you try at that point? Like, you're literally trying to save your life. You're down to, maybe years, months, days left in your life. And if 50 miles off the shore of Florida is a vaccine that might save your ass, then I don't think there should be any rule in the world that should keep a sick man from trying whatever treatment to save his own ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's especially if you believe in a woman's right to choose because it's her body to do what
how about
she wants.
a man's right to be cancer-free?
How about any person's right to, like you said, and that goes again into the whole drug thing as well. It's your right to do what you want with your body. These are all good debates. We don't want to open up too many cans of worms because we've come to the end of episode number 9. It's Ruthless Politics, Space Coast Podcast Studios. Dorian's hunkering down. Everyone, you want to watch out for that and wish us well because we're right in line.
Hopefully we live for episode 10.
Yeah, well, hopefully we do. I am Treez. I'm here with my buddy
Kid Chronic.
And we're wrapping up episode number 9. We'll be back